Hello everyone, Gebatron here. Thanks to BioLeague for the channel art. This video is going to be a little different than most of the other videos in this series. Actually, I had a hard time putting it in this series. I try to make guides that really emphasize team play over individual play. Things like helping squad mates take down enemy spawns versus high kill count games where I just hide in a bush and rack up kills. Kills alone don't win you matches in Hell Let Loose, and I think anyone who watches the channel knows better and is pretty well informed about what does win matches. But I have noticed some comments on my role tactics and gameplay plus commentary series of videos. Comments like this one here by JJ. As a new player, I wish I could run into a squad that operates like this and actually communicates. I always end up in games where folks aren't using their mics or talking and I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing and just end up running around getting killed with no real objective. That's too bad, and matches like that can really change how you feel about the game. The first thing I would say is to find and join a dedicated Hell Let Loose community. I know it can sound intimidating, but I joined one and it was one of the best decisions I made. If you do this, then you will be playing with people who are just as interested in playing as a unit as you are, and it will drastically cut down on the games you have like this. I'm a member of Glow's Battlegrounds Hell Let Loose community, and I will link to our Discord in the description if you are interested in taking part of more higher quality matches. Having said that, sometimes these types of matches just happen. I recently had one myself where only one other Glows member was in the server and no one was communicating. Our squad was spread out, no officer, lacking direction, you know how it goes. So we are going to look at a clip from that match and we will talk about some of the things you can do specifically as a machine gunner to be successful if you find yourself on your own, although some of this can be applied to other roles too. Here is the situation. This was an offensive mode match and we had just lost a garrison that was inside artillery battery, forcing us to use this garrison here. We are still holding the point. I had been working on the northwest side of the point as we had enemy coming in from what I assumed to be an offensive garrison somewhere either at the church or over in this area. Since there is no rush to get to the point, I decide to move from our garrison to somewhere here in an attempt to hit the enemy in the flank and stop or at least delay their advance. We lose some armor here, so I decide to spray the area down a little in hopes to either kill or at least redirect the enemy and let them know that it won't be safe to stay out in this field. This is okay because I have teammates nearby, but if I was alone this would not be a great idea as MGs draw a lot of attention. Trying to find a place to set up and we lose a teammate, so I know the area is dangerous. I come under fire here and set up hoping to ambush this guy advancing on me. Lots of times players will push an enemy they just hit, so many times setting up and waiting for them to expose themselves works. You'll notice I pull out my pistol. Never forget about it. While it is weaker than your MG, it allows you to retain mobility as the MG forces you to brace before you can fire. You can get 3 or 4 shots off with the pistol in the same time it would take you to brace. Moving close to the hedges like this will help keep you a little harder to spot. Here I make a mistake. While the pistol helps retain mobility, here I move nice and slow across this opening while overlooking this open field, so it would have been better for me to have my MG out. I get spotted and hit. I assume the enemy will be advancing on me, so I hold off on bandaging and decide to assault the OP. The strengths of the MG don't change, so it's all about volume of fire. And just like that, we eliminate the enemy and dismantle the OP. So what are the points I'm trying to make here? First, I want to say that the MG is first and foremost a support weapon, meaning it's not very well suited for being played when you're on your own. Had we not been defending on offensive mode, I would have likely picked a different role with more combat flexibility. Something like automatic rifleman or assault, or even rifleman are all better suited for individual combat. Second is that when playing MG alone, you can't fulfill your combat role as a support weapon, so you need to position yourself in such a way that you are hitting the enemy traffic from the side or setting up ambushes. If we had been playing with a full communicative squad, then we would have set up somewhere like here in an attempt to fix the enemy so our squad could easily flank them. Since we can't do this, we have to first identify the enemy route and then flank it ourselves in hopes of an ambush. Our route in this video looks something like this. We were able to get an enemy OP, and that's great, but because we are playing solo, we really weren't able to hold the area, and a short time later the enemy re-established themselves and took our point. Third is don't forget about your pistol. It can help you retain your mobility, and you'll be able to pull it up faster in a pinch. Not only that, but a couple shots from a pistol draws far less attention than firing an MG. Since you'll be trying to flank and ambush, you'll be wanting to draw as little attention to yourself as possible. Fourth, simply try to avoid these situations. Even though we were successful here, I came damn close on 2 different occasions to being killed. Not only that, but even though we got the enemy OP, we weren't able to take that ground away from the enemy for any length of time. I know sometimes these games happen, but you're much better off with a squad that is working together. You can even use proximity and try and work with a different squad. If this happens to you, maybe leave the squad and join a different one, or ask in text chat if anyone is looking for a squad mate that wants to communicate. And seriously think about joining a community. Check out the link to Glows in the description if you're interested. This was just a small snippet, and of course, not exhaustive on ways to play MG if you find yourself alone. Sometimes these situations happen even in a communicative squad, when you're the last survivor and your OP was lost or something like that, so it can apply to more than just being in a silent squad. What are some things that you have discovered help you be successful as a lone MG, or as any role for that matter? Make sure to let us know in the comments. If you like this video, then make sure to leave it a thumbs up and check out the other videos in this series. Please do all the things that help the algorithm, and subscribe for more. Check the description for links of all kinds, including a PayPal link if you'd like to support the channel directly. I really appreciate all the support. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.